Hello everyone, welcome back to Codex Academy. Today we are bringing a classic fable to life with Scratch. The story of the clever thirsty crow. Watch how the crow uses its smart thinking to solve a tricky problem. So, if you are ready to dive in, give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and let's get started. Before we are going to start to make our own story about the journey of Thirsty Crow, let's see the classic tale of wisdom and determination. I just click on the green flag.
One hot summer day, a crow became very thirsty. He flew in search of water. He didn't get anywhere. He was going to die for want of water.
Oh my god, I'm feeling very thirsty.
At least he saw a picture. He at once flew to it with great delight. The water was so low that the crow couldn't drink it. He looked around and saw some pebbles laying nearby. He took the pebble one by one and dropped into the pitcher. The crow drank the water to its heart content and flew away. The moral of the story is, when there is a will, there is a way.
Isn't it interesting? It's memorized our old days. The real classic tale of wisdom and determination. Do you want to make this story by your own? Let's go! To make this story, first what we need. Have you seen the story is moving? For that, first we need to create forest background. Here you have multiple options of forest in the background. You can also download different images of forest from the internet. And the image which I have used for the forest, the link I have mentioned in the description, so you can use it. First, I am going to create my scrolling background. To make this scrolling background, we have made a separate video to how to create the scrolling background. You can follow us and you can see this video. I am going to create my background. Here I am going to download the image of forest. Here I am going to click to download the sprite. You can see here I have already downloaded my background image and just select it and click on open. And now you can see it's importing. Here is my sprite of background. I need to fix according to the screen. So I'll go to the costume, make it fit as per the screen. Convert to vector and make size little small. And now I'm going to fit as per the screen. It's done. Now you can fit according to the screen. It's fit now, right? I don't want this cat once. I'm going to delete this. And now I need to make it duplicate. Okay, go back to coding. I will give the name nature first and this one nature second. Yes, I will start the coding of scrolling background. We have separate video for this. You can see it and you can learn how you can use the scrolling background pattern in different stories. Here I am going to select my nature one first and start the coding for that. First I need to go to event block. Then afterwards I am going to the loop block. Go to back layer. And then afterwards I will set its position, which make it x and y axis 0. So make to the center position according to the screen. You can see it's not fixed on center, but the first one is get center. So we'll make it centralize both the images. Now the first one is just behind of this image. The next one I'm going to take control block and here I will take the repeat action. I want to make the scrolling according to the story. For that I need the action of scrolling for some particular time. For that I am taking the repetitive action for 350 times. Now afterwards I want to change my x by -5. If the x position will be, here I am going to operator block and taking the less than. If my x position will be less than -460, then what change will be occur in x and y value? I am going to go to x and y position. The x value would be 465 and the y should be 0. This is for my nature 1 background. So you'll see the effect. You can see this is for the particular time, that's why it stopped now. Now we are going to do the coding for our nature 2. Going to the nature 1 and I'll just want to get this code and I will place it here. Okay, here I need to do some changes. Instead of this x value 0, 4, 6, 5, and now you will see the effect. Isn't look we are moving in a jungle, right? It stopped now. We have mentioned the repetitive action only 350 times, then afterwards scrolling background automatically gets stopped. Now I'm going to choose my sprite, that is crow. For that I'm going to choose my sprite and here I will type crow. Oh, crow is not here. What I need to do? I'll go to the animal and I'll search who's look like a crow. We don't have crow but we have parrot. Okay, I will take this parrot. Now what I need to do? I need to do some customization in my parrot. For that I'm going to the costume. I'll just select it and fill the color with what? Because the crow is fully black, so I'll make this parrot also black in color. Really interesting? Yes. So I'll make this red color also black. Now it's look like a crow? Yes. Same thing we'll do here. Yes. Go back to coding. I make it little small. So I'll make it 80. Yes. Now what I need to do? I'll do the starting part coding where it will show the movement of crow. Event block when the green flag click. And its position should be x and y. I will take here minus 179 and 96. Let's see. It's in this position. Yes, that's good. I'm going to take the repetitive action. For that I'm going to the control block and take repeat action 10 times, and then I'm going to change its costume so it will look like the crow is flying. I'm going to look block and take costume change. For switch the costume, first costume A, afterwards wait for 0.5 seconds and then repeat these two blocks and put it here. And here instead of A I will mention B. Now you will see the effect. Yes, it's look like it's flying in a jungle. Right. Now what I want? I'm going to write my story over here. For that I need to add subtitle. Create my sprite and I'll write all the subtitle on the different costume. For that I'm going to paint my sprite and here I'm going to costume and I will type my story over here. One by one every dialogue. Like my first dialogue is, one hot summer day, a crow became very thirsty. Now you can see this dialogue on screen and I'll just change its font style, make it handwriting one. Perfect. In the same way, I'm going to write my all the costumes over here. So I'll go to duplicate this, make it costume 2 and change the dialogue over here. In the same way, I'm going to prepare my all costumes. My second one, duplicate it. He was going to die for want of water. Next dialogue. Now again duplicate. In the same way, you can change your own dialogue. Here I mentioned 11 dialogues to make it short and sweet. Now the last one. The crow is drank the water to his heart content and flew away. You can see my all 11 dialogues for my story writing, it's done. You can see on screen, on hot summer day, a crow became very thirsty. Next, he flew in search of water. He didn't get anywhere. Next, he was going to die for want of water. Next, oh my God, I'm feeling very thirsty. Then at least he saw a picture. He at once flew on that with a great delight. Next, the water was so low that the crow couldn't drink it. Next, he looked around and saw some pebble laying nearby. Next, he took the pebble one by one and dropped into the pitcher. And the last one, crow drank the water to his heart content and flew away. Here our subtitles are also ready. Let's go to the coding. I'll just change the name of my sprite and I will write over here subtitles. So my subtitles are ready for my story. Now what I need to do? Now I'm going to ready my picture, pebbles and also my last moral story background. I'm going to choose my sprite for the picture. I will type bowl over here I'll check. It's here. Size little small. I think make it 120. Now I want some pebbles also. For that I'm going to choose the sprite. Okay, I will type rocks over here. I have some rocks. These are too big for that. I'll go into the costume. Let's select it. This one. Make it short like pebbles. Okay. I'll make it little dark, some light, and make it duplicate. So we'll copy and paste it over here. Okay, that's fine. You can see we can do so many customization in Scratch. Oh, now. So you can see our rocks are ready. What I need to do, I'll place it on the correct position. And in this story, I want in some time we have more pebble, but when the crow put the pebble in the picture, the pebble become less. For that, I need to just duplicate this sprite, and here I'll just delete some pebbles like this one, this one, this one. Okay, I'll place 2 pebbles only over here. Now I have 2 sprites, one with more rocks and another one is having less number of rocks. Yeah, that's great. Now I'm going to create my final background who will show the moral of the story. For that I'm going to draw my sprite, and here I'm going to vector, make the size small, do the filterization. You can create your own background. I'll choose the color, I'll choose the square, and I'll place it over here. You can design it, you can customize it, make it any circle over here, and I'll choose my sprite, and here I will paste it. So my crow is also here. And now next one, I want my bowl over here. Select my bowl and paste it over here. I will type the moral of the story. The moral of the story is, when there is a will, there is a way. Right. Now just select it, make it little bigger. Okay, it's done. Background is ready, sprites are ready, and the final screen is also ready. Go back to coding now. Here we have done our subtitle, but we need to show this subtitle according to some time difference. To tell the dialogue of the story, you can use the extension available on Scratch, that is text to speech. You can use the text to speech and your dialogue will tell in different voices, which is available on Scratch. You can see this feature in our video which we have used to make your own personal translator. Link is available in description box. You can see that video and you can understand very well how you can use this extension text to speech. To make it more interesting, I'm not using these sounds available on Scratch. Even I recorded my own voice. I am using that sound in the story. Now see how it works. First, when the flag click, here I'm going to download my sound. Going to sound, I'll just click on the sound, upload the sound. I'll take my sound, first open, and my sound is loaded. You can listen to the sound.
One hot summer day, a crow became very thirsty.
I am not using any sound available on Scratch. I am using my own sound. You can use the sound options available on Scratch as well. I'm go back to the coding. I'm uploading this sound over here, and you will see the effect.
One hot summer day, a crow became very thirsty.
Right? Now on the same way, I'm going to download my all the sounds according to the story, and then afterwards we are going to see how it will look on screen. Go back to the sound and I will download it all my sounds. Okay. Do you want to listen this?
The moral of the story is, when there is a will, there is a way.
You can see all my sounds are downloaded now. Now go back to coding, and here with some time interval all the sounds will take over here. So one by one I'll take it. First I'm going to the control block, take the weight, and the weight I want for this dialogue 4 seconds. Then afterwards again sound block, again start sound. Here I will take second sound, then afterwards wait block, wait 2 seconds, again sound, take sound number 3, then afterwards again wait, and here I will take wait for 2 seconds again. And if you want to see the effect, just see. First of all, hide my background sprite, and here I will take when the green flag click, it should be hide. Okay, now you'll see.
One hot summer day, a crow became very thirsty. He flew in search of water. He didn't get anywhere.
We have taken only 3 dialogues, that's why it show only 3 dialogues. And the same way we are going to use all the sounds in our story. Go back to the jungle, and here I'll do the same. Sound number 4, wait for 6 seconds here because the dialogue is little big. Sound number 5. As you listen, the sound number 5, the dialogue of the story is at least he saw a picture. It means in that case the picture should be show. Before that it should be hide. For that I am going to create the broadcast message, that is picture. And here I will type picture. Okay. According to this broadcast message, that picture it should be show on screen. In that also I will type when it receive picture, the look should show. When the green flag click, it should be hide. It's simple, right? And the position also I will set. For that I am going to the motion block and I will set the position. It's done. Rocks position also I am going to set here. If I'll just click on the green flag, that picture should be hide. You can see.
One hot summer day.
Yes. The picture is hide. When the picture broadcast will come, in that period of time it will show on screen. Now we'll continue with our sound effect. Again using the wait block. I'll mention it 2 seconds. Take the sound number 6. Again the wait block 3 seconds. The dialogue number 6 will say it going to we put some pebbles in it. And for that I need to create one more costume of this ball. Go to costume. Duplicate that ball. I'll select this top part. I'll choose the fill color. Make it fill with the water. I take some pebbles. I'll copy it and I will place it in this bowl. So it will look like the pebbles are present in this bowl. Make it duplicate more and I will place it over here. And the another costume of bowl which is filled with water, that is also ready. Now what I want, I'm going to create one more broadcast. Take the broadcast message. Instead of picture, I'm going to create one more, that is water, and use the wait 3 seconds. Sound again. Sound 7 now. On the basis of the broadcast of water, what should happen? The costume of the picture, that should be changed. Go to picture. Go to event block. When I receive water, go to look block, switch the costume to the water. Before that, which costume it should show? It show the ball 1. Yes. We'll make it this 2 seconds, and again I'm going to choose the control block, wait block, wait for 2 seconds, sound number 8. Sound number 8, the crow is going to collect the pebbles. For that, make one more broadcast, that is collect the pebble. Again, wait 2 seconds, then broadcast, go to event, broadcast message, that is collect pebbles. Okay, done. One more broadcast, collect pebbles. Again, wait for some seconds. Here I will mention 2 seconds, and then next sound number 9, one more broadcast, go to event, the crow is going to collect the water. Go to new message and mention collect water. Okay, again the wait for 2 seconds and then 10 number sound, and we make the time little bit high, make it 4. One more broadcast we want over here, that is flew away. Okay, what would happen when it's flew away? Again the wait for 5 seconds, one more broadcast, that is end of the story. That one is end broadcast, the last sound of this story. Sound number 11. It's done. Now you want to listen all the sounds? Here we go.
One hot summer day, a crow became very thirsty. He flew in search of water. He didn't get anywhere. He was going to die for want of water.
One sound is missing.
At least he saw a picture. He
The
at
picture
once
is here.
flew to it with great delight.
But the
No one
water
was
come
sorry
early.
that the crow couldn't drink it. He looked around and saw some pebbles laying nearby. He took the pebble one by one and dropped into the pitcher. The crow drank the water to its heart content and flew away. The moral of the story is, when there is a will, there is a way.
Okay, little changes I need to do. You can see the water is filled very fast. For that I need to change the coding here. Instead of receive water, I need to choose collect water. And then it will come later. Go back to my subtitles because you have seen only one subtitle, but we have created around 11 subtitles. And the subtitle should be changed according to the dialogue in the story. For that I need to do the coding for my subtitle. I'm going to the event block, and here first I will select the height, and then I'm going to take my costume, switch costume to first one, and then afterwards I will take show. The same thing is going to repeat, only we need to mention some time interval in that. For that I'm going to control block, and here I will take wait. First I need to take wait for 3 seconds, and in the same way I'm going to repeat this coding to take all my 11 costume, and just little bit time difference going to vary. So I'll just duplicate it, paste it over here, costume 2, and the time duration is 2 seconds. Then afterwards, now again duplicate, place it over here, costume 3, and the time duration is 1 second. Again duplicate. In the same way, I'm going to write my old code for subtitles. Again duplicate and costume 11, the last costume, and wait for 3 seconds. Okay, it's done. You can see, now you'll see the effect.
One hot summer day, a crow became very thirsty. He flew in search of water. He didn't get anywhere. He was going to die for want of water.
You can see all the dialogues are changing over here. Here I just remove this wait time, and it's done. Now we are going to do the coding for our crow. The flew part we have done, but afterwards the dialogue he say, oh my god, I am very thirsty. For that I need to set the position and the dialogue. Here I am going to use the text to speech. Use this extension, and I'll take text to speech. Here is my text to speech. First I need to change the costume. I'll go to the costume, and here I want the parrot B. And then afterwards I need to set the glide position so it will move at one side. For that I'm going to take glide for 1 second, X and Y position. X and Y position is minus 149X and 20Y. Okay. Then afterwards I'm going to use text to speech, and here the voice I want not alto, I'll use quick, and the dialogue would say, oh my god, I'm feeling very thirsty. It's done. Do you want to see the effect?
One hot summer day, a crow became very thirsty. He flew in search of water. He didn't get anywhere. He was going to die for want of water.
Oh my god, I'm feeling very thirsty.
You got the point? Here we get the crow sound, and the position is also get changed for crow. Now what I need to set the position of crow according to the different broadcast. First the broadcast I will take, that is the picture, when the crow see the picture. For that I am going to choose when I receive broadcast, that is picture. And here what should be the position for that? Go to motion block, take glide for 1 second, and the position it would be 76 for X, and the Y would be minus 80. Okay, this is for my one broadcast. Now the another one I want when it's going to collect the pebbles. For that again I'm receiving when I receive collect pebble. Here the crow should collect the pebble from the down and put into the picture. For that it show the flew movement for some seconds. I'm going to choose the correct position for crow. I'm going to select first glide for 1 second. Here the movement is x value 80 and the y value minus 138. Then afterwards wait for 1 second, repeat action, that would be 3 times, and again glide x and y value, that x value should be 75 and the y minus 80. Now again wait for 0.5 second. Here I will mention 0.5 second, and then again I need to duplicate this first block. It will go to the same position and I will place it over here. Then afterwards I want to change the broadcast message, and here I am going to choose event block when it receive one broadcast message, and here I am going to choose broadcast and I will take one more broadcast, and that would be hide pebbles, because all the pebbles are collected. So here I am going to hide the pebbles, and then afterwards the position of the crow is also get changed. So again I'm going to the motion block, and here again I'll take the same block, glide 1 second, and x and y value it should be changed, that would be 94 and the y value would be minus 113. Okay, it's done. Again one more thing, when it received the broadcast of flew away, for that I'm going to take again event block when I receive broadcast, that is flew away. What should be the movement for the crow? It show the flying movement. For that I'm going to the control block, repeat action, and that would be 10 times. And what action is going to repeat? Its costume going to change. So look block, costume, first A, then control block, wait for 0.5 second, and again the same thing going to duplicate, place it over here, costume B. It's done. Now the next thing, I need to set the position. It move forward now. For that it move 10 step, and here its position also get changed. X would be 76 and it would be minus 80, and afterwards stop for all other sprite. For that I'm going to the control block, choose stop all, and for what? For all other sprite. Yes, it's done. So this is the journal movement of my crow. Now we'll see your story, how it's worked.
One hot summer day, a crow became very thirsty. He flew in search of water. He didn't get anywhere. He was going to die for want of water.
Oh my god, I'm feeling very thirsty.
At
We are
least
doing
he
great.
saw a picture.
Picture is here.
He at once flew to it with great delight. The water was so low that the crow couldn't drink it. He looked around and saw some pebbles laying nearby.
Very good.
He took the pebble one by one and dropped into the pitcher. The crow drank the water to its heart content and flew away. The moral of the story is, when there is a will, there is a way.
Okay, we need to do some little changes. First I going to choose my this sprite, and here I do the little coding. When my last dialogue will come, that should be come, and everything is going to be hide behind it. For that I'm using event block. When I receive what? When I receive and then what you need to do is position should be centralized. For that x and y value, that should be 0. This one is also 0, and look, it should be show, and here it go to front. Okay, this one is done. And the other things I want, you can see the rock it's showing during the story. I need to do some coding for rocks as well. First, when flag click, they should be hide, and when they receive flew away, they should be also hide in that case. Again, when they receive flew away, they again should be hide. Same thing, I'm going to take hide, and when it receive picture, they should show. Here I will take show, and switch the costume to what? Not rock 2. It should be rock 1 because I want many pebbles over here. Then afterwards, I'll put the weight for some second. I'll mention it like 15 seconds. Okay. Then afterwards, I need to change the costume. So here, switch the costume to the rock 2. Okay, it's done. So we'll see again all coding is done or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, all done. Do you want to see our story on big screen? Let's go.
One hot summer day, a crow became very thirsty. He flew in search of water. He didn't get anywhere. He was going to die for want of water.
Very good.
Oh my god, I'm feeling very thirsty.
At least he saw a picture.
Oh, my picture is here with so many rocks.
He at once flew to it with great delight. The water was so low that the crow couldn't drink it. He looked around and saw some pebbles laying nearby. He took
Okay,
the pebble one by one and dropped into the pitcher.
very good.
The crow drank the water to its heart content and flew away. The moral of the story is, when there is a will, there is a way.
Very good. Did you enjoy this story? There are so many things we have learned in the story about the background scrolling, how we'll put the animations, show and hide effect, and we can change the different costumes as well with the dialogue writing. And also you can use the text to speech to understand how you can use the different sounds in Scratch. I hope you like this video. If you like it, don't forget to like and subscribe my channel, and if you don't want to miss the latest update, hit the bell icon. If you require any particular video related to Scratch, you can mention in comment box section. And you also can visit our website codexacademy.com for more information. With this note, we conclude the session. We'll see you in next session. Bye bye.